Great. There we are. Welcome back, everyone. And I think we'll get started. We'll start talking about next steps. I'm hearing from Dave. So Dave, we'll hand it off to you. And we thank you so much for taking part in those breakout sessions. Thanks to all the great facilitators and the subject matter experts.
Yeah, that was great. And thank you, LVPC. Knocked it out of the park again. Valuable information, excellent presentations, and looking forward to providing your expertise in this process moving forward. It was a lot of information really quickly, so we'll have the videos posted. They'll be accessible through the blog. We'll probably build a page on the website, but definitely accessible through the blog. So keep an eye on that. So the idea here is to get people interested in working groups and what are we kind of expecting? What is a working group going to be doing? So here's 5 things that we're looking at for working groups to get done. Assess the guidelines developed from the public outreach. So all of the information collected from the previous phases, the guiding principles, the where should we grow, the how should we grow, and then also the economic and traffic impacts will all be kind of packaged as guidelines for the working groups. We will also review any updated mapping or data that's available. And as well, we will look at the 2009 comp plan and kind of evaluate goals and policies and objectives that are in that plan that make sense to bring through into the new plan. And then also we'll look at new goals, policies and objectives and recommendations to move forward into the new comp plan that support some of those public guidelines. One thing that's important to keep in mind is the guidelines that come out and the where and the hows and the economic impacts. If we, once the scenario is built out and we have the economic results from the economic model, if there's things that come up that can be changed or tweaked to have a better economic impact, those would be certainly recommended within those working groups. So again, those packages or those guidelines are exactly that, guidelines, to help inform any decisions moving forward. So this is kind of an outline that we've been using in discussions of setting up these next few meetings. The next meeting would be the working group introductory meeting. So this will be where we have all the volunteers get together and we really dig into those guidelines. We discuss the guiding principles that'll be used throughout the working groups. We look at the scenario that was generated from the where should we grow and the how should we grow. And then also discuss the impacts, traffic and economic impacts generated from that scenario. And then that kind of gets packaged and then we split into our working groups. And we're envisioning 3 meetings for each working group, roughly an hour and a half each. This is where, we've heard it through it in some of the presentations where we roll up our sleeves and really kind of get into the nitty-gritty of comprehensive planning and data to consider and recommendations that can be made from this. After all of the working groups are go through their 3 meetings and hopefully have recommendations, get together and we have a report out. So each working group kind of reports what their recommendations or what their concerns goals, policies, what they learned throughout that process. And then those results get formulated and kind of molded into the new comprehensive plan, which kind of becomes phase 5. And that piece of it, we're still kind of working out details, and we'll probably discuss some of that at the next Planning Commission meeting. We have some ideas on how best to manage that part of it. So the biggest thing that we're hoping to get from this evening is people signing up for working groups. I activated the sign-up form, so there's a blog post on our blog, swtcompplan.org, with the Google form to sign up for each of the working groups. Yep. And then, so one of the things, if there's any questions or concerns, Greg's email address is there. Feel free to shoot him an email, pick up the phone, give us a call. Give myself a call. I sent emails to a bunch of people. Some of you probably are on multiple lists, so I apologize for that. But thank you everyone for attending and showing interest in the future of South Whitehall and getting this comp plan kicked off and really moving it to the next step. So thank you everyone, and thank you Michael Baker for running this, and LVPC for fantastic presentations.
Thank you so much, Dave. Thank you to everyone. We do have one more question, since we love this Mentimeter tool. If we want to encourage folks, after seeing those breakout presentations, if you would share with us just one more set of your thoughts, and go to, and I'll share this in one moment. My apologies. If we would like to get your thoughts on this, but we're having a slight technical difficulty. My apologies for that. So I think maybe we'll, yeah.
I just want to comment on the Menti. One of the things with the sessions is we're going to compile all of the responses for each of the working group or subject areas. So there'll be, when we work on the website, there will be bigger word clouds, so that we're compiling all of the answers for each of those working group sessions. Did you get it, Hannah?
So I'm just going to stop sharing my screen for a moment. I sincerely apologize. I know I hope it was pretty seamless before this for everybody. We should have it up in just one moment. If
I can just, another piece of this is by having the recordings and, you know, compiling everything, we'll have a web page dedicated to this presentation where you please direct your friends and family and anybody that you think might be interested in volunteering for a working group. The working groups will also be recorded. We're looking at creating workbooks so that people that can't attend a meeting can still participate and submit comments during the working groups. So, I mean, we understand that, you know, life commitments and time commitments are tough. So we're trying to make it as accessible as we can to all stakeholders. Looks like it might be up.
Yeah, so we have the question up. They decided to throw us a curveball at the last minute, and the code's not popping up. So
I was wondering where the code was.
Danielle's going to share the code in the chat. Okay, so my sincere apologies for this little bit of technical.
We were that close to getting through it
We
all.
were so close. We were so close, and I just.
Is it the same code as the first one?
It would be the same code from the beginning of the presentation. If all right. Well, we appreciate your patience and we appreciate you being willing to stick with us.
What we will do is we'll try and put a link to the Menti survey and that question accessible through the website so we can get some more information for that closing survey.
Perfect. And here, okay. We will share it. I'll be able to get up in just a moment. And if you want to put, we do obviously put your thoughts in the chat about that to answer to that question. And we will be sure to take those and put them into a word cloud as well. So I will be going mute for a second, but please feel free to add them into the chat for the moment, and we'll hopefully get that up in just the next minute.
And again, you know, we kept this as a informational meeting to try and get through everything, partly because we're recording it and we'll be putting the videos online. So if there are questions or comments, concerns, again, feel free to reach out to myself or Greg, and we can certainly get the answers for you, or get you in touch with the person that will have those answers. So please reach out. We're here. I fixed my phone today, so now I can answer phones in the new office. So feel free to give me a call. Ooh, it's up.
Yeah, it all should be working now. We figured it out. So again, our apologies for that last bit of scrambling. Thanks for sticking with us, and let's hear what you have to say. And Dave, as you said, we definitely, I know in every breakout room we've been collecting these, so we've gotten 3 sets of really great sets of feedback, and so those will be incorporated onto the website and will be a launching off point as folks go into the working session or working groups and really start to build out their recommendations. So please know, again, thank you for your patience as we got this back up, and this will not be going away. It will be a really helpful piece as we move into, as South Whitehall moves into phase 4.
Yeah, again, thank you to Michael Baker for managing the online meeting format, and LVPC and staff for, again, fantastic presentations. And I know it was a lot to go, you know, right after the same presentation right after each other. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you everyone for attending. It was a great session.
Well, with that, are you closing us out, Dave? We'll keep this on if people want to see how it continues to grow. And don't forget, we'll put the link to this working group sign up in the chat as well.
I don't know if, Becky, do you want to add anything?
This has been fantastic, and I really do appreciate the partnership and how professionally the township is managing this, along with our colleagues at Michael Baker. And just a quick note, if Team LVPC didn't see in the chat, Hannah wants to stay on for a quick debrief. Thanks.
All right, I think with that, we can close it out. And thank you, everyone, for coming virtually. So, just a closing comment. The new town hall is really great, and can't wait to have live in-person meetings in the new council chambers. It's really something else, and can't wait for people to see it and experience it.
Wonderful. And to the teams here, we have, oh, that looks wonderful. I'm glad we waited it out. I'll send out a follow-up email so we can join together outside of this meeting room. So look for that for folks from LVPC, South Whitehall, Michael Baker, and everyone else. Thank you so much. This was a great kickoff for phase 4.